Hello, hello, and good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening and a fantastic week and a fantastic end of the month. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mauricio. I have the privilege of hosting tonight's meeting. We're just giving a couple of minutes as the tonight's speaker is running a bit late, but he says he's joining in now. So I'm just going to say hello very, very quickly and just tell you how excited I am and how, life is beautiful, how everything is awesome. And this month in particular, November, I haven't personally been, out there in the field, showing so many plants, getting so many customers. And because as many of you know, I've recently became a daddy and I have a little baby who I've been looking after, and I'm so unbelievably happy. And the reason I want to bring this is because this afternoon, an APO, a lady came over to my house, and she says that she wants to plan because she wants to run for her business. She wants to qualify silver producer, and that she was asking me for advice, for strategies, and for different ways on how she can qualify. So I was talking to this lady and I was telling her some stories, and I'm going to be talking to you about these stories more in depth next week. I'm going to be coming and talking a little bit for our first meeting in December. But the point I want to get across is that when my wife and I, we saw the Amway business, and probably all of you who were building the Amway business, you saw different things. Number one, I saw an opportunity to generate two incomes instead of one. Okay, so that makes sense. Having a business on top of whatever job you have, gives you the opportunity to have two incomes, probably pay off some debts, probably capitalize yourself to go and buy a property, whatever your reason is. But eventually, when I understood the business, I saw it more not only as an opportunity to make money, but an opportunity to become the owner of my time. Okay, obviously we weren't parents at the time, but we dreamt eventually one day when we have children to have the opportunity of being full-time parents and not having to ask somebody for permission to, to stay with our baby, to raise our baby. And nowadays, guys, I'm going to be looking at your eyes. I'm living the life of my dreams. I'm so unbelievably happy because I can wake up with my baby. I can, grab her, change her nappy, put her on my chest, go back and have another nap, feed her, supporting Diana. And I know that this is not something that's going to end up tomorrow because I have to go back to work or whatever. And this is something that the Amway business gave me. And probably this doesn't have to be your dream. But I'm just telling you this because this is a stuff of dreams. This is what dreams are made of, and it is so unbelievably fulfilling. And I just wanted to share this with you because obviously I'm talking baby, and you guys didn't come to hear about baby. You guys came to hear an empowering session, and the young man that's coming to speak to us tonight, he's a very good friend of mine. I've actually known about him and his family for many years since I started on the business. They are so famous. They actually have the biggest business in the whole of Latin America. Her parents, Carlos Eduardo Castellanos and Claudia Santos, they built a Crown Ambassador business, and obviously he's going to be telling you a little bit more about his story, about what they saw of the business. But this young man in particular, we became very good friends because he qualified Emerald. And as soon as he qualified Emerald, we invited him over to the UK from Colombia to talk to us. He was just on his early 20s. I think he was 21. He was very, very young when he qualified Emerald, and it was such an empowering visit. We stayed here for a week, and we went out partying and doing so many nice things. But since then, we've become become very good friends. Now he's still a young man, but he's now married. I believe he's living in Spain now. He moved over from Colombia to Europe. He's building his business globally, and he's expanding his business in the UK. So he's the sort of person that he's always ready to help and support. And listen to this. He's one of the most concise and powerful speakers I've had the privilege of listening and learning from. So guys, if you guys have any questions, make sure you write it on the chats. And I don't want to be taking any more time from him because he's here in the room. Let me see if I can find him. Yes, he's co-host. So I kindly ask you to please help me receive, as that we receive champions, as we receive these sort of people who are just giving us their everything, their energy, their knowledge, and allow me to, help him feel received and loved and as he deserves. And I want to thank you for being here, for spending your time with us. And I want to welcome on our screen on our Tuesday meeting empowering session to Emerald from Latin America, Omar Orduz Santos. The room is all yours. Omar, thank you very much for being here, my friend.
Thank you, Mauricio, for that presentation. Hello, everyone. Super happy to be here with you. It's going to be an amazing hour. I know a lot of you are starting the business, or maybe are in this kind of sessions for the first time. So welcome, everyone. And my intention tonight is just show you my vision of the business and show you how can you build a big business, not only in the UK, but globally, and then live from an asset you built once. I remember when I started the business, I was 18 years old. I was studying political sciences. Can you hear me well, Mauricio? All right, so sorry if I make any mistakes in English. It's my second language. My first language is Spanish. I hope everything is understood and clear. I promise I'll do my best to speak tonight and give all my ideas. First of all, let me share my PowerPoint. It's in Spanish, of course, but I'll translate it to you guys in just a moment. So can you see my presentation? Can you see the presentation, Mauro? Yeah, all right, awesome. Okay, guys, so yeah, as I was saying, I started the business when I was 18 years old. I was studying political sciences, and back in that days, I remember I was invited to a function, in Bogota. We had a big arena. It was almost 10,000 people. Sorry I didn't say hello to all the leaders here in the room. But well, I'll talk to you in a while. So I was in the first row. My parents organized, or were one of the organizers of the event. They are Crown Ambassadors now, but they were executive diamonds. In that time, it was October 2012. And I remember I was listening to these guys from Thailand, Crown Ambassadors, and they were explaining a little bit of the vision they had regarding the Amway business. And they were talking about freedom. And I don't know what does this word, what these words, it means to you. In my case, it's so important. I even tattooed the word freedom in my arm, because I want to remember myself every single day. That's the most important value for which I will be fighting every single day, for my freedom, for my financial freedom, for my personal freedom. Because when I was listening to this young man, he was probably 31, 32. He was just he just qualified that year, right? And he was talking about freedom. All his speech and all his vision was how to build freedom with the Amway business. And he was saying, look, I was a successful employee before starting the business. After being a successful employee, I built my own business, but I was not free. I didn't have time. I was consumed by my work every single day. I felt in a race and I didn't know who I was racing. I woke up and I was pushing the gas And then when I went to bed, like I was still on my phone making calls. It was a rush every day, every hour of my day. I was not able to spend time with my wife or to take her to dates. I was not able to go to the gym and work out. I was not able to read good books. I was not able to play my guitar. And I was working every day. Once I realized that, our time here is limited, and by the end of the day, the only thing we have in this life is our time. He understood he had to change something. So he started looking for information. Started his search for a better way. He started his search to change not only his quality of life, but also his lifestyle. And he found the Amway business. So when he decided to start the Amway business, he decided not to play with the Amway business, not to be a tourist in the Amway business, but to build it big. And once you take that decision, the business, it does like a 30 centimeters journey from your mind to your heart. And then there's no chance to fail. Like even if you fail, you understand it's part of the process, but you're gonna keep pushing until you succeed, right? Till you have the result you entered for in the when you signed the contract, right? So he was talking about freedom, and he said, I could buy nice watches, but I didn't have time to do the things I liked. I bought a beautiful bed, king size bed, with pillows, with stuff with feathers, but I didn't have the time to sleep well. I couldn't even sleep well. I was so stressed, I was not even sleeping well. I could buy the best medicine for my parents, but I didn't have time to take care of them in their last months, in their last days. Said I could buy nice cars, but I didn't have the time to drive those cars. I had a driver, and he was driving the cars for me because I was in the back seat taking a meeting, whatever. And he then he started talking about how his life changed when he qualified Emerald, when he qualified Diamond. Like when he qualified executive diamond, and he could sell the business and then just focus on the Amway business. And I bought a vision from this guy. I remember he was talking about being a global citizen, about expanding the business worldwide. He said, I don't have a house because I'm constantly traveling. I travel more than 40 countries per year, expanding my business. He was a diamond in Thailand. Then he was a new diamond in the United States, new diamond in Australia. These guys are Patrick and Joyce Joe. I don't know if you have ever heard about them, but they were my inspiration when I first started the business back in 2012. So yeah, from that time, I bought that vision. I also saw the result in my parents. These guys were free, financially free. They had a big business as executive diamonds. They were building the next levels. In the next couple of years, I saw them jump from executive diamond to double diamond, triple diamond, crown ambassador, and they have two businesses. So one is Carlos, who is my stepfather, and the other one is my mother's, Claudia. So they're crown ambassadors in one business, and then they build another business to executive diamond. That business is probably qualifying founders executive diamond this year, and they're growing amazingly, even after the pandemics, which was like a tsunami for everyone. But I mean, whoever had the vision and stayed are building it even bigger than they used to have it before the pandemic started. So yeah, let me get like straight to the point. I took the decision to build a business. I bought the vision of being a global citizen, of traveling the world. That's what I'm currently doing. Actually, right now I'm in Madrid. A couple of days before, I was in Paris. This weekend I'll be in Mexico for some lectures for a double diamond in Mexico called Oscar Velasco. But in Mexico, I'll be flying to Germany, and yeah, I'm just having a great time traveling the world, working like this. Right here in this moment, I'm working because this is what I do every single day. Just talk to new people, show them the business, and trying to make them understand how by changing their brands, right? How by changing their brands, they can literally build a business that's going to pay them month after month after month a passive income, right? So okay, the point here is not for me to get you motivated, but for me to help you take a decision, and that decision is very important, and that's the decision of building this business professionally. Because you can be here as an amateur, you can be here trying to have a great result by giving your 30 or 50%, but the truth to be said is the only way you're going to make this work is by giving it your 100% as a pro. You have to go pro, you have to study, you have to read the books. Like I will say, tell everyone, like, it's not mandatory. Like, you don't have to read the books, and you don't have to listen to the podcast or the audios. You don't have to be in this kind of events. You don't have to be in the seminar. You don't have to be in the event Mauricio and Christian are organizing every week. It's not mandatory unless you want to succeed in this business. Because if you want to succeed, then you have to learn the skills that you have to learn in order to become an emerald, to become a diamond, or to achieve any goal you want to achieve, right? So, okay. So first of all, yeah, I want you guys to, boom, make a decision tonight. It's either winning and winning big, or staying where you are. And I bet everyone is here because they want to change levels. They want to, like go for the next level in the business. So I'm going to give you some of the best lessons I've learned during these 7 years of building the Amway business. And I hope this works for you. I hope you implement them in your daily habits. I hope you really take advantage of this information and just, put it into your system, but also into your daily construction habits in the business. I don't know if you ever heard about this guy right here, but his name is Jorge Ricardo. And well, I love horses. We have horses back in Colombia. I jump in these horses, like 1 meter and 20 centimeters. I don't, well, yeah, you guys use centimeters, right? Not inches. Yeah, centimeters, right? So I jump in these horses. So when I started learning about, the equestrian life, I found out this guy, and his name is Jorge Ricardo. So like when it comes to races, to horse races, like, he's a legend. Like, no one ever beat it or won Jorge Ricardo. Like, he was literally a legend in this sport, in horse racing. And he won like more than 10,000 competitions, right? And when he was retiring, well, a journalist, he wanted to know the secret to his success. He was so curious about understanding why this guy had so many championships, and why he was, why he had this massive success during his career. And basically, the journalist asked the question to Jorge Ricardo directly. He asked, "Sir, just let me ask you a question. Like, everyone is curious right now. You're retiring. We want to know your secret. Like, how come you won so much competitions?" And Jorge Ricardo was there smiling, and he answered the journalist, "Well, it was common sense." And the journalist was a little bit disappointed, and he asked Jorge Ricardo again, no, but like, seriously, I want to understand how you train yourself, like what were your habits, how you trained your horses, because it's not normal, like the amount of championships you won during your career. And Jorge Ricardo was smiling, and he said again, it was common sense. And the journalist was getting kind of pissed. So he told Jorge Ricardo, he told him, like, okay, so let me understand, what is your common sense then, because, like, I really want to know. And Jorge Ricardo, he said, okay, so this is what I did, so you'll understand everything. I'll give you my secret. So when a horse was born, in my like, I had the horses in my backyard, basically. I would wake up, make myself some coffee, and just sit and start observing the horses, like the word for potranco, Mauro? Like a little horse.
I would say a small horse. Yes, a baby horse. It's not a baby, a young horse.
Y
By
manada.
the way, Omar, the presentation stuck. You have to it's still stuck on the first slide.
What about now?
No, no. Probably stop it and then start it again.
Okay. Now can you see it? All right. So this is Jorge Ricardo. So he was analyzing like the baby horses, you know, like the pack. He was trying to understand who was the leader in that pack. And once he identified the leader, he said he will train that little horse every day, like very, very, very hard. He would push the little horse because he understood that horse was a leader, right? So when he was in the race and the bell rang and the door was open, that horse is instinctively would try to take the lead. He wouldn't accept any horse to be in front of him, right? Because he had this gene of, you know, like boom, like pushing, going, like finishing first. And he said, you see, it was common sense. That was what I did during my career, so I could, you know, like win all these races. And when you think about it, it's basically what we do in the Amway business. We're trying to identify the next leader, right? The work I'm doing every single day, I'm just, you know, showing the plan, showing the business plan, one new guy, you know, one new girl, and I'm trying to look for a leader. That's the big question. How do I find a leader? Right? So what are the skills I must identify in that person so I can consider he or her has a leader attitude, right? So I was asking my mom this question, and she was like, she told me like, look, it's very tough, but I'm gonna tell you something. It's easier to look for a leader if you are a leader first. If you become a leader first, it means you're leading your life, you're leading your mind, you're leading your emotions, you have habits, healthy habits, you're working out, you're eating well, right? You're sleeping well, you're leading your life, you know, like I cannot expect to lead other people when I'm not even leading my life. I see people in the Amway business that want to succeed and they're not even, you know, like reading one book per month. They want to understand leadership, but they're not interested in learning about leadership. And you have to be honest with yourself. Like, what was the last time you read a book about leadership, about team building? What was the last time you actually sat down and, I don't know, saw a documentary about leadership? So something that will help you understand what are the qualities that a leader must develop. When was the last time you were curious about, okay, so if I'm turning myself into a leader, how can I develop others? Because that's the main question. And that's basically what we do in the Amway business. Of course, we have to educate ourselves. Of course, we have to learn how to sell a product, right? You can sell as much as you want. You can sell 100 pounds or 200 pounds or 1,000 pounds or 2,000 pounds. You have to ask yourself the right questions. You can ask yourself, okay, so how can I manage to, you know, have 50 new clients this month and earn extra 1,000, extra 2,000 pounds, you know, like selling the products? And that's a good question you can ask yourself on a daily basis. Not how can I achieve this goal? No. How can I manage to bring 100 new people to my business? How can I bring at least 10 people every week to my business? Right? Because we're not only looking for leaders, but we're building structures. Like look at the last income you received from Amway. Let's say it was, I don't know, 300 pounds or maybe 2,000 pounds, 2,600 pounds. I don't know. But you have to understand that income, that figure you're receiving, one is because of your level of influence, but two is because of the level or because of the structure you have built. I have a very nice income. I won't be, you know, I won't be showing you my income right now, but I have a really good income. This helps me. This income has allowed me to live in a beautiful apartment in Barcelona and then in Madrid. You know, I don't own a car because I don't find a need to own a car, but when I want to rent a car, I rent beautiful cars, and I take my wife to these nice field trips. I have invested in the States, in a couple of properties. Yeah, all thanks to the Amway business, to the income I receive. But then I look at my structure, and it's a beautiful structure. I check it once a month with my CAM. I don't know if that's the right word for gerente de negocios, Mauro, CAM. But yeah, once she shows me my structure, I say, wow, it's so nice, it's so beautiful. Boom, I see something big, but I know there's work. And that's not only me. I have amazing leaders in my team building every single day. While I'm here talking to you, it's right now it's like 3 p.m. in Colombia. Yeah, 3:30. There's people right now having a coffee in my country, showing the plan, qualifying new levels this month. It's beautiful. But then I see my parents' structure, and they have 25 diamonds in their structure. I don't know how many emeralds and platinums, but it's crazy. And I've seen structures from Yosuke Hamamoto. I've seen the structure of Kaoru Nakajima, a guy who has almost 2,000 diamonds in his group. So you can literally build the business as big as you want. So, like stick a cardboard in the back part of your door or somewhere you can see it, and then just like start drawing what you currently have in your group. Maybe it's just you. So you understand, okay, so that's the base for me to start growing my business. If I understand the vision of Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel, if I understand the potential of this business, especially in the UK, then I'm going to be able to show it to someone else. And then I'll have three. And three that understand the vision is the base to 10. And 10 that understand the vision, that are using the products, are earning money from the products, that are reading the books. Boom. 10 are the base for 50. And that's how you grow exponentially, right? But you can build whatever structure you want to build. Whatever structure you want to build. Like, you can build a small one and then, argue all the time with yourself and with the Amway business. Why isn't this business paying me the amount of money I want this business to pay? Because you have a small structure. And you have a smaller structure because probably you're not giving you 100%. Probably you're talking to one person every week. You should be talking to these, I don't know, 5-10 persons every day. And you tell me, I don't want to do that. Well, if you're comfortable in the position you are currently, it's okay. You don't have to do it. But if you want to grow, if you want to, upgrade yourself inside the business, reach a new level, you have to put the work. Period. Like there's no other way. Any business you want to build, you have to put the work. Like if you want to build, I don't know, a marketing agency, you'll have to put the work. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have to put the work. If you want to be an employee, you still have to put the work. You're not going to build freedom, but you're still going to have to put the work. So, you have to pay a price. It's not going to be for free, but the price you're paying at the end of the day is going to be worth it because of the asset you're going to be building, not only for yourself, but for your entire family. Okay, let's continue. Next, I would like to talk about, this is something I'm seeing right now. Like people think they found a YouTube video with a secret on how to build a business. And I think there's no secret. Like there's different ways to build it, to organize the structure, different commercial strategies. But the only thing you cannot change is the work you have to put. I don't know if this is clear, but there's a lot of strategies, but the only thing that you cannot change is the work, the hours you have to put to conquer your goal. So there's no secret. So stop looking for the secret in YouTube. And just, if Mauricio, if Christian, if the leaders in this group are showing you the right books, are showing you the right audios, are promoting an event, that's the place where you have to be. You don't have to be searching, like in other, I don't know, platforms. What's the secret on showing the business plan? I've seen people in my group. It's funny because now everyone is, like building info products. So I was just talking to a girl, Catalina, and she was like, "I'm super excited because I bought this info product, and I'm gonna learn how to bring 100 new people to my business." I was like, "And how much are you paid for that?" She's like, $300. Okay, so who's the guy that is teaching you this? And she showed me the profile, and I was searching for this guy, and basically he never built anything big inside the MLM industry. Like he maybe read a couple of books, maybe he knew something about sales, he knew something about team building, team management, and then he built an info product. And I'm sure he earns more money selling this info product than in whatever industry, whatever company he is, right? So there's no secret. Stop searching outside the information the leaders in this team are giving you. Just stick to that information, and take the information and understand that reading the books, listening to the audios, being in the events is gonna upgrade your thought level. And truth to be said is the business is very, very simple. Very, very simple. I think we do a very simple business for complicated people. And when I talk about complicated people, is people who just are resisting change. Like they rather, like turn on Netflix at night, not, I'm so tired when I'm finished working. I don't want to read the books. I just want to watch a movie. It's okay. You can watch the movie. But every single night, I don't know, man. Like, what's the goal? Like, you want to build a business or not? Because if you really want to build a business, just turn off Netflix, and open the books, open the start listening to the podcasts, right? Because you have to be focused on what you want to achieve and increase your energy level, your thought level, so you can, build a business. Because it's very simple, but then you have to change some habits. You have to change some things inside of you, right? So you can change your mind, and then with a sharper, brighter mind for business, you're gonna be able to scale your business and to grow. All right. So let me jump real quick through this. Okay. Yeah. Let me get here. This is where I wanted to get. So I believe nowadays people have like a microwave mentality. Like they want results, boom, now. Like everything happens so fast. Like we have information in our hands in this device. Like whatever you want to search, boom, we have it here like in seconds, right? And we want to have lunch, fast food. They're bringing it to our door, and I don't know. I think we're getting like a kind of lazy somehow, and we're not understanding the process of like putting a seed and just like being patient on preparing the land, and doing the whole process to see that seed grow, and then see the fruits that seed can give us. So I want to talk about 6 important points, and this is basically how I've built my business in the past years, with these 6 good practices. Every how do you say agricultor, Mauro? Farmer? Yeah, every farmer has to have, in order to grow whatever he's growing in his lands. So first of all, the farmer must prepare the land, right? So think about it. Like you wanna achieve a goal this year. Are you preparing yourself for that? Because if you're not, then you're most likely to not achieve that goal at all. So how do you prepare yourself? Yes, you have to prepare yourself emotionally and mentally, because it's going to be challenging, because it's not going to be easy, because you're going to have to face a lot of objections, because you have You'll bring people into your business that you thought that were gonna, like boom, grow exponentially, and then next day they didn't pick up the phone. Yeah, these kind of things happen. It has happened to everyone. Like, it still happens to me. It still happens to my mother. She's a Crown ambassador. So it's probably not going to be different for you. So you have to be prepared. Understand, it's a challenge it's gonna be worth it, but it's gonna be a challenge. And if you want to get yourself into the process, then you have to understand, you're gonna be challenged. Period. And then you have to be strong about it. You have to be resilient. You have to, no matter what the challenge is, just like embrace it, because every challenge is building your character, is building a stronger you, a stronger version of yourself, and that stronger version of yourself by the end of the day is the person who's going to achieve the goal. Like, when you set a goal, you're not the person who will achieve that goal is not the you today, is the person you're aiming to become. And you can be a better version of yourself, and it's worth it. You can change your mentality. Like, if you're a negative person, you can change that. If you're someone who's always procrastinating, you can change that. You can become a better version of yourself. If you're someone that is not consistent, you can change that. And by the way, think what could go wrong. If you're setting a goal tonight, if you're starting to build the Amway business, if you don't want to be a tourist anymore, because there's a lot of people participating. There's people participating in this meeting. There's 35 people participating in this meeting. Maybe you participate because you jump into this calls, then use a product, and then maybe read a chapter and you think, I'm building the Amway business. No, you're not. You're participating in the Amway business. And it's okay. Like, you can participate as long as you want, but you cannot aim for a big result if you're just participating. Then there's the people who are participating, and there's another group of people who are actually building the business. People who are building the business, they have a clear goal. They know exactly what they're aiming for this month in November. They know where they're going to build in December, right? I have people that tell me, I'm going to qualify Emerald this year. And I tell them, okay, so what's the plan? And they're like, so yeah, like, I have three people that are like, they want to achieve the platinum this year. So that's why I know I'm going to achieve. And it's like, you're so naive. It's not going to happen because you have 3 people that are motivated. It's going to happen because you have a plan, and because you have your first structure, and you're going to qualify that structure to the 12% this month, and then you have another structure and you're going to push for a 15%, and then in December, boom, you have a clear plan. Boom, January you have a clear plan. Boom, February you have a clear plan, until August, right? So prepare the land, right? Prepare the land. You have to prepare the land. That's the first point. Second point, ¿cómo se dice maleza, Mauro? Estoy acá como en Spanglish interesante.
Weed.
Weed? Okay, so you have to cut the weed. Because if you put a seed and it starts growing, and there's a lot of weed, it's not gonna grow. David Goddard, is it clear for you? Okay, great, my friend. So what's the weed? You have to think about it for a moment. So what are your distractions? David, I want to talk to you. There's other 35 people in the room, but I want to talk to you. Think about, what are your distractions? Like, what's the excuse right now? Why are you achieving the next level? You have to think about it, because that story probably it's a very similar story on why aren't you the best version of yourself regarding your health, for example, or in your marriage. Same story. Probably it's the same story. It's because of the excuses you have bought. It's because of the excuses you repeat to yourself every time. And then when you have a belief, you're going to just start taking action to prove yourself that belief is true. let's give an example. Let's say I was not married, but I have a belief that relationships hurt, right? That's my belief. Relationships hurt. They're painful. They're gonna break my heart. That's my belief. And there's people who want to get into a relationship with that kind of mindset. And then, for example, well, I find myself a girlfriend, right? But I have that belief: relationship hurt. My heart's gonna be broken. Gonna be betrayed. Then, if I have that belief, what are gonna be my actions towards that relationship? Probably, I'm not gonna be confident about myself or my relationship, so I'm gonna be a jealous person, right? Super possessive, jealous person, and I'm gonna start, like every day calling her, like, "What are you? When are you coming? Who are you with?" And I don't know, girls like I don't know. Let's see some girl in here, Antonieta. Imagine you had that kind of boyfriend calling you every single day. What are you? What are you doing? Would you stand? Would you stand that? Will it be okay for you, or you would definitely not tolerate this? No, right? And then what will Antonieta tell me in the case she was my girlfriend? She would tell me, like, you know what? Like, I cannot stand this anymore. God bless you. Thank you for everything. Bye bye. And then I'll be thinking, you see, relationships hurt. Relationships hurt. They are gonna break my heart. And there's people with that kind of mindset looking for a relationship. But there's also people in the Amway business with the wrong mindset trying to build a business. Here I'm trying to say that the weed is your belief system. Just check into it. Check into your belief system. Check into the habits you have that are not getting you closer to the goal you have. Because every action or every habit you have is literally pushing you away or getting you closer to the goal. As I was saying before, maybe it's watching too much TV. Maybe you're scrolling too much in your Instagram. I don't know what's the distraction right now, but you have to cut the weed. You have to cut with that distraction. Or you can keep the distraction, but you will not reach the goal. And I don't know if that's a risk you want to take in your life. Okay, so number 3, eliminate las plagas. ¿Cómo se dice plagas, Pablo? Like the little animals, they grow. What's the right name for that?
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, plagues, Omar.
Plagues. Okay, so the farmer, he has like this spray to kill the bugs, right? Like if you have a lot of bugs or you have plagues inside the land, these plagues are gonna eat the leaves, are gonna eat the seeds, and no seed will be able to grow in that kind of environment. So what are the plagues? I don't know. Think about how much negative people you have surrounding or are surrounding yourself right now. Because the truth to be said is that it's impossible to grow if you're surrounded by negative people. I changed a couple of friends. That I remember I was, just building my business and they were bullying me. They were literally bullies. Not because they didn't believe in the Amway business, because they saw the results my parents had, the houses they bought, the cars we drove. But it was because I don't know. I left school. I started just building the Amway business, and they were like, "What if this doesn't work? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, think about your future. Like, it worked for your parents, but is it gonna work for you? I mean, like, blah blah blah." And they were just, like throwing these very negative vibes every day. And I decided to cut some relationships off. Then in the future, when they saw my results, we were friends again. But I couldn't allow myself to be charged with that negative energy. And think about what could be the plagues. because you have to work on your energy. You think that you have to develop certain level of energy, because from that energy you're going to be showing the plan, you're going to be showing the products, you're going to be talking to your team, you're going to be talking to new people, you're going to be motivating someone, you're going to you're going to do everything from that energy. And if that energy is contaminated, right, because you're not in the right environment, or you're just surrounded by a lot of negative people, it's going to be very tough for you. It's going to be very, very tough. Then you have to understand what are your KPIs. Okay, what are your KPIs? And I'm gonna go back a couple of slides, because basically we have 4 KPIs. This is our KPIs in the Amway business. So first of all, how many new people I'm bringing to my Amway business? If you wanna qualify Platinum, Founders Platinum, you have to be thinking about, how can I bring 25 new people every single month? What strategies can I implement? Where can I find that people? Should I, like start an email marketing campaign? Just, boom, 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 telling my friends, hey, let's grab a coffee. I found something very interesting. I want to talk to you. Should I make some calls? Should I cold call a list of people who I work with? Like, what can I do? Can I make myself like some presentation cards, and like every time I meet someone, I don't know, in a restaurant or in an Uber, like give that card? Can I use Instagram? Can I use LinkedIn? Can I use Facebook? Can I use all this technology to find a way to bring these 25 new people? And the answer is, whatever strategy in which you truly believe in, it's going to work for you, because everyone has done it differently. I can tell you what I'm doing, but I don't know if it's going to work for you, because I use my Instagram to like direct approach people. But well, I have a very cool Instagram. I don't know if you have it, so that's why I'm telling you. I don't know if what I'm doing is going to work for you, but by the end of the day, what is the best working strategy? The one that you truly believe in. Okay, so how can you manage to bring 25 new people to your business every single month? That's a good question you can ask yourself. Then, how many people are educating themselves in your business? Because let me tell you something, the fastest growing groups inside the Amway business are the better trained ones. Because if your group is not exposed to this kind of education, they will not get the vision of the business. So they're like blind people trying to get somewhere, and they will never get there because they cannot see what they're building. And if you don't know what you're buying, they're not gonna pay the price. And the thing here is, education will lead you to understand the size of the business we're building. I truly recommend everyone to read the books by Rich DeVos and Jay Van Anden, and you'll get the vision of what we're building. So what's the number? I don't know, aim for 25, 30 people connected to the education every single month. Then we have to sell, we have to create sales, we have to create volume in sales. So how much are you aiming for this month? I don't know, 1,000 points, 2,000 points, 5,000, 10,000 points. The thing is, aim for the most you can make out of your Amway business. Because if you have the ability to move 600 points and then you're moving just 300, why aren't you aiming for more than 600? Like, if you're full-time in the Amway business and you're just moving 300 points, come on, you're not truly putting the work. David, is this clear? David Goddard, I'm literally just talking to you. David, unmute yourself. Can you do that? You cannot do that. Okay, probably it's because of the settings.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's clear.
Okay.
It's clear.
Okay, so you can understand everything I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
even if my English is not 100%.
It's good. Good.
Thank you. So my question for you is, are you truly committed to the Amway business? Like, are you doing this as I was saying before, are you building the Amway business, or do you think maybe right now you're just participating?
I am definitely participating, but due to personal limiting factors, which I'm working on.
Perfect. That's okay. Like everyone's process is very different, and of course, as leaders, we have to respect that. But the good thing is you have the Amway business in your heart, right? That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Because you get the mission.
I missed 3 England goals in the World Cup because I wanted to be here and not watching the TV.
Exactly. That's great. So my next question is, of course, you're using the products, right?
Oh yeah.
And you love them because they're great. Like I've been in the factory, I've talked to the scientists, and I know we have the best quality there is in the market.
So good.
So if you like the products, I imagine you're recommending the products to your friends and family, right?
Yep.
And you have some clients in your friends and family.
Yeah, a few. Yeah.
That's it. That's the Amway business. That's the Amway business. If you understand the business, you have it in your heart, you're educating yourself, you're using the products, and you have some clients, guess what? Next step is just find another crazy one like you that's going to be doing the same. And what's the same? Using these amazing products, sharing them with their friends and family, and understanding that literally just by changing brands, we can make money.
Full-time.
That's it. Okay, so David, my question is, like, what's the average on points you're selling every single month?
Yeah, well, it's really too small to admit in front of all these people at a very low level.
Okay, let's just throw a number. Let's say it's 50 points, right?
Okay, yeah.
Let's say it's 50 points. So my question is, if you are already selling 50 points, do you think you can aim for 100?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not like a boom big step. It's like baby steps. But if you aim for 100 and you start, like thinking about, okay, so how can I sell 100 points? Then if you aim 100, let's say you already aim 100, can you think about 150?
Well, yeah, it's a logical next step.
And then 200, and then 300. Yeah, once you achieve 300, you'll see it's very easy. It's very easy. And then the next question is, okay, so if you're bringing, I don't know, let's say one new IBO per month, you think you can maybe bring 2 or 3? Yeah.
That would be
and then
logical next step.
You start creating like a snowball. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But just because you're oriented to results. Okay?
I'm just noting that down.
It was so nice talking to you. I wish you the best of success and the best of luck with your goals. You can meet yourself again. I'm going to continue. And then.
Thank you, Omar.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And then it's just, how many clients I have, how many clients can I have, and understand, we'll have to sell because it's a business. What kind of business doesn't sell a product, right? Every business sells something. We're selling the best products there are on planet Earth. And I know it because, as I said before, I've been in the headquarters in Ada, Michigan. I've spoken to the scientists, and I know the quality of every product we have. Okay? And then the other thing we have to monitor, or the next KPI, is just your structure. Just, like, David, you have to be able to see it. Boom. Just, like, paint it and see, okay, that's me, and I have 3 people. Right. So next KPI, I have to make that structure bigger every month. Let's set a goal. Every month I'm going to bring, baby steps, David, 5. But once it's easy for you to bring 5, okay, let's aim for 8. Let's aim for 10. And boom, you start building something great. And that's how we advance in the Amway business. Baby steps, but consistently. Baby steps, consistent baby steps. I believe in that person who works for 2 or 3 hours, but like very focused every day, than the person who works 8 hours, one day yes, 3 days no, 1 day yes, 5 days no, 1 day yes, 1 week no. It's better, to have this, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, but every day, right? Okay, so these were the KPIs. So okay, number 5 is just bring the water closer. And why do I mean by bring the water closer? Water is without water, the seed cannot grow. It's like as we know it, seeds need water to grow, period. So what's the water in this business? Water in this business is leadership. Every time I've spoke to a leader that is growing, or listen to this story, because I just remind myself. Once we traveled with Amway, and we were traveling in one of their private jets. We were traveling from Miami to Michigan, and we landed in Michigan, and we stayed in this, well, in the Amway Plaza, which is a beautiful hotel, and we were sleeping in Rich DeVos suite. It was crazy. The next day we had a cruise in one of Doc's yachts, and we were just cruising, and I was talking to Doc, like he was with my mom and Carlos celebrating their crown ambassador. We were popping champagne in this beautiful yacht, and I asked Doc, I asked him, like, Doc, what do you see in the markets that are growing the most right now? And he said, you know what, Omar, what I'm seeing is leaders that are committed to that growth. That was his answer. Very simple. But think about it. Leaders who are committed to that growth. I said the source of life for the seed is the water. The source of life for the growth in this business is the leadership. And you're a leader because you set it. You set a goal, and you say to yourself, the only way, like the only option I have is to succeed. There's no other option. I will succeed. No matter what, I will succeed. I will wake up every single day, say thank you for one more day, wash my face, read my book. If I have to work, go to work. I'll get out of work, rest a little bit, have something to eat, maybe in my computer, maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna, boom, 2 hours, 2 hours until I succeed. And successful, like the meaning of success for everyone is very different. For some people, success in this business, it means achieving the diamond level. For other people, success in this business, it means extra 3,000 pounds. David, how would your life be better right now if you had an extra income every single month from Amway? I don't know, let's say between 2K and 3.5K, but like every month. What would change? You're muted. Can we unmute David?
Yeah, of course. So everything would change. Basically, a doubling of lifestyle, and freedom would be a byproduct of that. Freedom from the necessity to work.
Freedom from the necessity to work.
I want to work, but on my terms.
In your own terms.
Yeah.
Your own boss. Okay, so let's imagine that scenario. You're already receiving 2K, 2.5, 3K, 3.5 thousand pounds. So yes, I will free myself from work. So let's dream a little bit here, David. Like, how would you use your time every day? What would you do when you wake up instead of going to the office? What would you do in the morning?
I'd have the freedom to take both children to school, indulge in more regular exercise, and maybe, oh, definitely get into my musical passions a little more.
I see an instrument in the background. What is that?
I don't think so. No, it's similar to my wife's Ethiopian instrument, but it's actually a pan. This is a kitchen. No, there is a guitar in the house, but I don't get a chance to do much with it. I'd like to do more of that.
And time is passing by, you know, and
Yeah.
like, I don't know, in 80 years, we're not gonna be here, any of us.
True. But we can leave a legacy if we do something now.
We can. And I mean, there's just one life. And I don't know how you want to spend it, but if you could have that freedom, like what are you willing to do to achieve that freedom, David?
Well, you know, I've got to develop some bravery, I think.
And you think it's worth it?
It's definitely worth it. Just building up the head of steam to overcome the internal resistances. It's definitely worth it. Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. Is it gonna be easy?
No.
But it's gonna be worth it.
That's it. It's going to be challenging, but worth it.
We're gonna meet sometime in a leadership seminar. I'm sure of that, because we're also building the Amway business in UK.
Yeah.
Not as fast as I would like, but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But I know we're gonna meet someday in this, I don't know, beautiful beach and have a cocktail together and have a toast for your freedom. And I know
I'd like that.
I know we're gonna achieve it. Okay, thank you, David. Thank you so much. So
Thank you, Omar.
guys, that's the whole point. Boom, leadership. The Amway business, it's simple. You just have to, as David just said, internally just beat the resistance. Okay. Well, and then you have to be putting seeds every day. Some seeds are gonna be eaten by birds. Some seeds are gonna grow surrounded by weed, right? Some weeds are gonna be eaten by plagues, right? But some seeds are gonna grow, and then boom, you have your first diamond in your group. Boom, you have your first platinum. Boom, you have your first silver. You just have to be putting the seeds every single day. What is putting the seeds? One more plan. Show one more plan. Show one more plan. Night after night. Show one more plan. Show one more plan. It will eventually happen. It's not gonna happen like this, but it's gonna eventually happen if you keep putting the seeds. So, my friends, that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope this information was useful. I hope you guys really take some decisions tonight. And I hope to see you soon in one of these leadership seminars, maybe in, I don't know, some cool place in England, the UK, or I don't know. Let's see. But I know I know I'm going to be meeting you guys very, very soon. And we'll be making a toast, not only with David, but with more of you that are going to, take decisions tonight on pushing harder, on not buying yourself excuses, because David, it's worth it. One morning you're gonna wake up, and then you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be stressed, and then you're gonna remind yourself, oh, but I'm free now. I can take my kids to school. I can go and play my music. I can go to the gym. I can smash the gym for 1 hour and I'm gonna be rushed because I don't have a schedule. I can do whatever I want with my time because I'm free. And it's gonna be worth it, guys. I promise, because that's the life I'm living right now, and it's worth it. And it's gonna, if it's worth it for me, it's gonna be worth it for you. Okay, thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you ever so much, Omar. All I can say on behalf of all the people in this room and all the people watching the recording is a massive thank you for a clear, concise, and empowering session. You never fail to deliver. And for the last hour, personally, I've been taking notes. I've been filling myself up with energy, and understanding the simplicity that all we do is baby steps, constant baby steps. And thank you ever so much. And I consider you my friend, and it would be my pleasure to spend a leadership seminar with you, and to go and have the most amazing European leadership. I know that you've been around the world. I don't know how many diamond trips, but certainly one of the European seminars is going to be awesome, and it's going to be one for you to take. I just took three of the teachings of so many. And number one, the most important value to fight is freedom. I love that. I do share your sentiment. There's no way of failing, because even if you do, you understand it is temporary, as is part of the process. And number three, start leading your life before you can lead others. It's easier to find a leader when you are one yourself. It has been such an amazing session, Omar. And before I let you go, guys, tomorrow is the end of the month, is the end of November, is the end of a fantastic month for many, and it can still be a fantastic month for you. I urge you to go and to look at your map, and even if you probably have achieved 50 PV, push yourself to achieve 100. Work in blocks of 50. If you have achieved 100, push yourself to achieve 150. If you have 200, push yourself to go into 250. If you're close to achieving 3, 6, 9%, go and do it. The fantastic thing of the Amway business is this energy that we generate at the end of the month. So, focus on the result. I was talking, I'm just going to close up now, to the lady that came to my house, and I was saying to the lady, you really need to have a clear motivation, because right now, if you aim for a platinum here in the UK, you can probably look at 35 to 50,000 pounds a year, and that sort of income is probably more than than a highly paid professional. However, Amway can give you that only if you take the decision to go and take those simple baby steps. Nowadays, I was telling you last week that qualifying platinum now Amway is giving you 3 trips. Number one is the new platinum seminar to Krakow in Poland. Number 2, if you qualify as a new platinum, Amway will take you to Neutralite, to Los Angeles for 4 nights. You and your partner, everything paid, and also the leadership training seminar. But if you do not have a clear motivation, if you do not have this clear motivation, Amway can come up and say, I'll give you £1 million to qualify platinum. And then if the motivation is not clear, you will go around and say, well, £1 million, that's very good. I'd like that. But then if the motivation is not clear, that's not going to be enough. But the decision is yours to look at what's important for you, get the energy from there, and then make a plan, a simple plan to go and make things happen. Thank you ever so much, Omar, once again. We love you. We love your presentation. We love your energy. We love your stories. We love the fact that you're a storyteller and that you have us, stuck to the screen looking at you. And it is been such an amazing session. Thank you ever so much. You have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful end of the month. Love you guys. And we'll see you again next Tuesday. Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.